this way. Do you understand? That's the very first thing, and for me, that is supreme above every other thing we are going to be sharing today. And when I say prayer of inquiry, you need to be at a state where your spirits can really receive from the Lord. You know, some people can pray having idols in their hearts, right? You really want to pioneer work, you really want to pioneer a ministry, then you go to the Lord, say, Lord, are you calling me to this thing? The Bible says God will answer you according to the idols that are in your heart. Let me tell you something. I have never dreamt of doing this thing I am doing. Not in my dreams. This thing we are doing is not an ambition. It's not an achievement. You know, the way we are seated in church, some people feel having a title is an achievement, right? Being an apostle is not an achievement. It's work, it's labor. Okay? It's labor. All my life, I have always been a supportive person. I've always loved supporting whoever is on top. That's even till today, I love that the most. I tell the brothers, there is nothing practically speaking that I cannot do. The first day I went to pray, it was in 2011. After we finished campus, we were in Lafayette serving in NCCF. The person that was to hand over to me now looked at me and said, with all these things God is doing in your life, have you ever prayed and asked God whether He has called you to begin a fresh walk or to support somebody? You understand? See, being a supportive or an associate person is a good thing. Me, I love it. You understand? Oh, I love it. I love it. My very first experiences in the Christendom, I began from the backside. This mic I'm holding is not my thing. Okay? My very first ministry was evangelism and visitation. That's my place. But now, I don't have time for that, like that again. Pastor Joshua, hey, he was a master. If you stay near him, he'll turn you to an evangelist. He's Pastor John's friend. We were partners in the ministry. He will carry us, we'll go for evangelism. I learned how to follow up somebody. I first learned how to preach to a sinner from him. This was a man that just came from the village. He gave his life to Christ in the village, from a deeper life minister, and then he now came to join us in the city. And then he knows how to enter lungu. You know all those lungus in evangelism. Have you ever followed somebody to evangelism who really used to enter those places? Those hidden, that is his thing. When we now go for visitation and come back, we will now pray for those people. Okay? When we now go for visitation, the families will now tell us this is our problem. That's when I discovered that, you see, these clothes we wear in church is not our real identity. That's not what I'm saying. That's when I knew that you don't know your members until you visit them in their houses. Some who dress decently in church, when they see us show up like this, they'll just run. They will run to adjust because because we have seen them at their raw states. That was my ministry. I never wanted to be seen. I am naturally extremely very shy. This version of me you are seeing, this one you are seeing, is Jesus. It took Jesus for me to be on Facebook. Yeah? This thing you are seeing is not the real me. How will I call it? How will I put it? Say? I don't know how to put it so that you understand. Yeah? So I'm trying to tell you this thing is not an ambition. It's not an ambition. So back to my story in 2011, 2012, when he told me, go and pray and ask God if he has called you to pioneer a work, start a fresh work, or to just support. Because then my prayer was, okay, which ministry, Lord, are you calling me to go and support? Let's go and support and uphold the hand of the man of God. Like I always used to say in those days, I said, if I have a pastor and my pastor does not have a car and is trekking on foot, if I have one car, I will give my pastor. Okay? The reason is because there is joy in upholding somebody. Okay? That's always been my place. So from there, evangelism, we now enter prayer. You know, you can't do one without the other. Like that, like that, like that. Then when he said, go and pray, that night I woke up to pray. When I prayed, and the Lord said to me, I have called you to start a work. It was as if, have you felt as if your skin left your body before? Eh? Have you watched Tom and Jerry when the skin Tom? There's this dog that used to beat him very well. He remove his skin from his body, then you now see Tom used to wear singlet. You now see him with white singlet. The other part of his body will be red, and then you now have white singlet, as if my whole body left. Then that prayer meeting that night ended in tears. I prayed, I cried, I protested because I was looking for who I could support. Okay? That's why till tomorrow it is naturally easy for me to help people. Do you understand? Supporting people is easy for me. Now let me say this. You cannot be a leader if you don't know how to be a follower. Okay? This is not part of the script. But if you want to be a leader, you will learn how to follow first. That's the principle. Okay? That's the principle in the church. So, when the Lord said that to me, I started praying. And then praying. So it took another close to 2011. It took another close to 10 years again before we began this work. Do you understand? Are you getting the timeline I'm giving you?